An ancestral dragon thought to be of legend until now. His name was Fatalis. But luckily, he's not here to kill all of us, so we're okay.
Now, if you're wondering where we are in a place called Estera. And I forgot to mention, this place is huge, by the way. You should totally look at all of the other stuff around here. It's crazy.
We also have another place called Selena you should definitely visit. But I rambled on for long enough. The monsters is what you want, right? Well, it's what you'll get. For we will enter a world of wyverns and dragons alike.
Welcome to the sandy dunes of the monster hunting world. These are by far one of the harshest environments for most monsters to endure. Oh, what's this? A hermita. Probably tell due to its shape, it is a crustacean. It needs no water, and it is a herbivore. Don't let their tiny size fool you though. Oh, they are very capable of fighting back if provoked. Armed with solid defense, mighty claws, and a pressurized water beam in case everything goes south. Despite being a small monster, it has a variety of moves to use against any foe. Although for most hunters, they are quite the nuisance. Trust me, I speak from experience. That's not all. If they survive for long enough, they could become a daimyo Armatar, a bigger version of their juvenile selves, with the pressurized water beam being much stronger, and the claws not only used for offensive matters, but also as a defense. Diablos, would you mind? Anyways, however, the Hermitar isn't what we're really gonna talk about. Our monster we'll be really talking about is... Ooh, speak of the devil. Behold his crimson majesty, the mighty king of the sky, Rathalos. Rathalos, the poster boy of Monster Hunter and a very powerful apex predator, wielding great elemental power, strength, armor, and unbelievable stamina. This flying wyvern is not to be joked around with. It seems to be making its way to the new world. Let's see what he has installed for us. Oh, a herd of Aptonophs. The Aptonoff is a large herbivore, and to say the least, they are literally pecking toys for most large monsters. Using its eagle-eyed vision, it spots its prey in seconds. With haste, he goes in for the kill. And before the prey can even run, it was all too late. After tiring itself from flying all the way to the new world, it eats its well-deserved meal. However, his kill has also alerted the other herbivores. But little did the Aptonophs know, there was another predator waiting for them. Seems like the Aptonoff is already caught in the beast's jaws. Ha! I've been waiting for this. The Aptonoff possesses a hidden nose within its snout. This can obviously be used for scent, but he also uses it to spread mucus, not just to gross everyone out, but it's also a way for it to mark its territory. However, the nose also possesses another purpose. It also acts as a coolage to its flamethrower, per example. Another one dead, but this time done by the hands of an Anjanath. And it seems the Rathalos isn't so keen on seeing the Anjanath.
in a scenario like this, we both know where this is going. The two monsters ready themselves for a fight, and after a short stare down, they engage.
The Anjanath rushes in and bites on the Rathalos, delivering a critical blow of 8,000 newtons.
But with armored scales, the Rathalos retaliate. The King of the Sky is forced into a corner, soon realizing that the Anjanath plan yet.
The Rathalos, now trapped on the rock, the Anjanath delivers the finishing blow.
Roaring in victory, he leaves the scene. Then, to his surprise, the Anjanath, now crippled, tries to unleash a desperation attack. But not a chance. The victor is Rathalos.
Rathalos, giving the Anjanath a warning if they ever were to meet again.
The fight is over, but it'll definitely not be his last.
The Rathalos spots the Aptonov killed by the Anjanath and seizes the opportunity. After a long day, he makes his way home.
The green feminine counterpart, the Rathian. The Rathalos, she is the one that mostly takes care of the babies. Or if you do come to her nest, she will obviously put up quite a fight. Many differences, except this. The Rathalos possesses poisonous talons, while the Rathian possesses a poisonous tail. Their differences, that aside, they are both quite strong in their own way. Arrival of her mate, the Rathalos tosses the food. Welcoming each other home, the Rathian gets ready the food that the Rathalos brought in. Her spiked chin like a fork, she uses that to help grip on the meat so that the babies can chew on it.
After grabbing some grub, she calls to her children.
The baby wyverns, possessing the same genes of the king and queen of the skies, they're obviously going to be just as feisty as them. Young wyverns, blown away of their father's capabilities, they too will soon be able to be just as great as he is. That's not all. Like most animals, they possess subspecies. Along with that, they possess rare species, and don't even get me started with deviants.
Swear to God,
We gotten this far, might as well keep going. Yo, what's going? Oh, hey, how are you? You're wondering who this is? This is Alice. She's my hunting partner. To say the least, we're pretty much unstoppable together. Oh, an idea. Since you're free right now, you okay just staying for a bit? Yeah, why not? Now, where were we? Baby Rathalos. They will grow up. Once they reach their teens, their parents, more likely the Rathian and the Rathalos, will scare it out of the nest and will force the baby Rathalos, or, well now, the teen Rathalos, to venture off on its own. This obviously also applies to the female counterpart Rathians. They will also have to leave as well, and do the same thing as the Rathalos will have to do. Survive and learn how to live independently.
Just like their parents before them, they will grow to become just as strong.
As strong as their parents and predecessors alike. The Azure Rathalos have very minor changes, only having occasionally hotter fireballs and better hide overall. The Pink Rathians, to say the least, they're a lot more feistier than their original counterparts. Much feistier. As for the rare species, they basically have the same model. Now, Deviants are a little different. Very different. Possessing much more strength and power than the original, its fireballs are powered up to the max. And when going against the Regios, a fight like this would be more of a struggle. But for a Deviant, it ends in mere seconds. And the scariest part is that the Deviant's even stronger than the Dread King. And well, I think that's pretty much it for the Rathalos. Definitely a lot more. They even have alternate forms in their spin-offs, like the Zenith species. But that'll be for another day. Well, I think it's time for another quest. If you're tagging along, hurry up. Okay, I'm coming. Well, looks like our time is up. But don't be sad. As they say, we'll totally meet again. Gotta go. Can't keep a lady waiting, am I right? Well, before you go, I got one last thing to say. If you do hop into the world of Monster Hunter, know this. All the monsters are incredibly deadly in their own way. But as long as you don't lose your way and fight till your last breath, then any monster, even the strongest of the strong, will fall before you. Other than that, happy hunting.